Today I'm going to show you how to make Woof's stomach saving treat mix. We're going to start with some high value treats like hot dogs, string cheese, cheddar cheese, and then we're going to add your dog's regular dog food, so just their regular kibble. I'm going to start with a hot dog, and first I'm going to cut the hot dog into rounds, just sliced rounds from the hot dog, and I'm going to then cut those crosswise into quarters. So each little round is going to give me 4 small wedge-shaped hot dog pieces. And you can make these smaller if you want. These are a little bit big. I can even just use my fingers to cut them in half during the training session if I wanted to make them smaller. I'm just going to finish up with this one hot dog, cutting rounds and then quarters, some little wedges. And then I'm basically going to do the exact same thing with a piece of mozzarella string cheese. I like using string cheese and cheddar cheese because they're light colored, and if you're working on a floor that's dark or maybe outside where it's hard to see a brown treat like a hot dog or a piece of kibble, it's nice to have a light colored treat that the dog can see really easily. So just cutting the mozzarella into rounds, and then from the rounds I cut them into quarters so that I've got a whole bunch of wedges, just like I do with the hot dogs. I could probably use a little more mozzarella here. I only had one string of string cheese left, so I used it up. And then once I've got all my mozzarella, I'm going to move on and do some cheddar. Obviously I have a block of cheddar. I'm going to cut off a few slices, just a few ounces of cheddar, and I'm going to dice the cheddar into small cubes. Again, the size of the cube depends on both the size of your dog and how sensitive their stomach is. The more sensitive the dog's stomach, maybe the smaller pieces you want to use. I always like to have small pieces. Just have that already. So now I've got my high value mix, the cheddar, the mozzarella, and the hot dogs, and I'm gonna put all of that into a little baggie. And then once I have that, I'm gonna add the dog food. And I'm going to mix that up. Mix it all together so that the hot dogs, the cheese, and the kibble is evenly distributed in the bag. And then I'm not going to put this in the refrigerator right away. I'm going to let it sit out on the counter. The reason for that is I want the oil from the hot dogs and the cheese to coat and seep into the dry dog food to increase its value, increase its palatability, without it being really high fat and too rich and possibly causing stomach upset. So there you go.